Yep.
Hey everybody! Welcome to another episode of Who's That Anime with your host Stephen Colin. We're still talking about Elfen Lied, or Laid, or whatever it is. Anyway,
Yeah.
last two episodes. It's the penultimate. Penultimate? Ultimatum?
Penultimate, and the ultimate.
Yeah, but this is our ultimatum episode of Elfen
This is
Lied.
our ultimate episode.
Yeah, this is it. This is the
Very
last
ultimate.
one of us talking about Elfen Lied and things that have happened in past.
Yeah.
That
There's some stuff in this one. Oh boy.
yeah,
Oh boy.
yeah. Oh,
It's something.
yeah. We braved the storms of Storm Babette. That's the one to call it. Babette.
Oh yeah. Babbitt.
Babette.
Yeah, we survived.
It's
I don't
not
know.
Babette.
Babbitt's probably. You're probably right. It's Babbitt,
I don't.
but
Weird
we
ass.
survived.
Yep.
Fortunately, you and I live far enough away from water sources, which I think caused most people problems.
Well, yeah. You say that. I don't live that far away from a reservoir. It's just up the road.
That's
technically.
true, but that would really have to travel for you.
Technically, it's all downhill for me. I'm on
Yeah,
a kind of a hill, so it's all runs away from me.
it would have been same as me. Like any water does not puddle outside my place; it just rolls out towards the street and then
Yeah.
eventually into the field. So,
Yeah, we were lucky.
very considering the amount of damage I've seen from other people's places, I got off really lightly.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw. Well, you got the whole Breaking.
Yeah, the Breakin's gone now.
Yeah. Oh well, it's not quite gone. But
It's not quite gone, but it's a lot of it there.
Yeah. Aye. So that's the thing. Anyway, so thought we mentioned that because that was a thing that
Yes.
happened recently.
Yes, to give you context for where we are.
Yeah, we're here. So we're going to talk about episode 12 and 13, Steve. Is that right?
Yes, the last two episodes of Elfen Lied.
Hmm.
Episode 12 is called Quagmire.
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 I
I
was
think-
going to make a Family Guy joke there.
It's not him.
It's not him.
There will be swift punishment for any references to him. This episode starts off pretty much immediately after the last, where Nana was being dismembered and smashed around.
Yeah. Yeah, by the director's kid that he hasn't spoken to.
35.
Yeah, hasn't spoken to in 4 years.
Mariko.
4 years?
I don't know. There's always something with this guy.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, Mariko. Yeah, she's that, and then it's like, oh, right. Well, you're gonna have to. You can kill her. It's like, all right, cool. I can kill her. All right. I'm going to play with my food a bit.
Oh, it's so awful. So awful.
Just basically, just put her out of misery. No, no.
Yeah.
I'm.
No, I only get to play with this one. I can't kill any of the others, so
Yeah.
she is like just basically like Nana go up, Nana go down, Nana go up, Nana go down, smash into the pavement on repeat,
Yeah.
and then eventually she's like, "Oh, this one stopped moving already." Oh, and then just drags her towards her,
Yeah.
like dragged in blood through the street.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah. And then what's his name? Boji.
Bando.
Oh no, he doesn't appear till the end.
No, it's not the end, is it?
Yeah, he
The end? Oh yeah, you may be right. Actually,
jumps at the end when Lucy appears.
that's right. Haha!
It's Kojima. He runs
Kouta.
Code. That's the one.
Yeah. Hideo Kojima is on the bridge. Yeah, he's he has run past what is conceivably a lot of bodies. Going, oh, there's people here. Well, New follows him from behind, going like, hey, and he just leaves her behind.
Yeah, she falls over her body as well, on her face.
It's a massive douche. Such a douche. Such a douche.
She falls over. She runs behind. He did tell her previous episode not to come.
I mean, he did, but what did he expect? Let's be honest.
Yeah, okay. So she falls over her body, and then he gets there. He goes, no, and then the lady, second in command lady.
What's her name? She's like, oh god, Shirakawa.
Shirakawa, yeah. She's there, and basically just run up. What got his name already? Anyway, he runs up and he goes, "Stay away! It's dangerous! No, don't do that!"
Yeah.
And then he says, "No, she's going to kill you."
I like her. It's like, oh, can I kill that one?
Yeah.
And Shirakawa's like, hang on a minute. Let me think. Let me think. And then the guy next to her is like, oh, hey, all those people that were guarding the roads are dead, and now people are on their way here. This is not good. And she's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
No. Okay. I don't know. And he's like, no, don't kill him. And then the other guy's like, no, do it. Shoot the fucking guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she's going up towards him, and then she kind of shoots her arms towards him, and then Nana sees him, pulls him to the side, and is knocked unconscious. All the while, she keeps putting her legs and arms back on, right in front of him. He's like, what the fuck's going on? What's this?
She puts her leg back on. He goes, what's wrong with your leg?
Yeah. What the hell? Because it just magically, like, moves in front of his eyes.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right?
Uh-huh.
Previous episode, or the episode before previous,
they
mentioned that number 35 is so powerful that you actually see her vectors.
And yet they don't.
Then in this episode, they seem to be invisible.
More invisible?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if it's a choice. Like, they're so powerful, she can make them visible.
Maybe. Or maybe it's just the sunlight and it was a dark room.
I mean, that's also true. My other favorite thing about this episode and the next one is the overly use of the phrase, what are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying? It's basically every other sentence. Somebody shouting, what are you saying?
Wow, what was it? What was that? Z-Wing or something. And they had like that intro that got made into a meme. Everybody's egg. Or something like that. What do you say?
What you say? There's a 55. 55, which was a classic Flash cartoon song.
Yeah, and did it have a...
It shouted, what do you say? At the start of it. Which is pretty good. But yeah, this is basically just people shouting, what are you saying? What are you saying? Over and over and over.
Well, I don't understand the concept of all this.
No, nobody seems to understand much. But yeah, eventually, like, New runs out onto the bridge and they're like, oh my god, she's here. It's like, but she's like, no, I'm not the person you think I am. I'm the lovable oaf New, and now I have fallen face first into some blood.
Yes, it's a big pile of blood. Probably Nana's blood.
Yeah, it might be. I think Nana gets knocked into the water actually at this point.
Yeah, she
protects Kouta.
Yeah, she protects Kouta, and then she gets number 35 for whatever reason comes right next to her.
Yeah, she does. She just rolls on over, despite the
Yeah.
fact being able to take her out from distance would have been better.
Yeah, because she got one of Nana's vectors touched her brain and made it so she couldn't use her vectors.
I like the fact that at this point she's shouting, "They're not working!" And the guy's like, "Ugh, bring her over here, get the restraints."
Yeah, very much. And she's just having a meltdown, saying they're not working.
Oh yeah, she's not particularly happy about it. And then the guy's like, "No, fucking shoot this kid, like shoot her." And Shirakawa's like, "No, don't do that." He's like, "No, fucking
Yeah.
sure now." Kota's in the way, and of course there's a bunch of shooting, and we think, "Oh shit, I wonder what's happened." And what in fact has happened is that New is no longer there, and now Lucy's come to play because they tried to attack Kouta.
Yeah.
And that didn't go down so well with her.
I don't know if it was that or the fact that she slipped on her face. It's like every time she gets a head injury.
That's true. She still seemed kind of with it though, even when she stood up.
Yeah, she was kind of. She's got a bit more sense in her. As you'll see over the next couple episodes.
Oh, yeah. Either way,
episode.
she does in fact save Kouta. And I love the fact that it's like, oh, and Shirakawa's like, oh, there she is. And then all of a sudden she just kind of goes, blah.
Yeah. She's trying to say something.
And she was gone.
Yeah, because when she first appeared, she ran up. Oh no, get away! She's dangerous. She's going to kill you. It's like, what? She's not going to do that.
I'm stupid.
And then number 35 is like saying, "Oh, I don't sense Lucy. That's not Lucy." What do you mean?
That's not Lucy.
That's totally Lucy. And then they're like, "Nope, bonk." And then she wakes and is like, "Yep, don't like you. You're dead."
It's wow. It's so there are there are a handful of bits over these next few episodes where you're just like, wow, you just did the thing, okay?
Yeah, he just did that thing,
and they sure did the thing, and yeah, just cut Shirakawa, a character that has been in this since episode 1, dispatched her in milliseconds without even so much as a last word, really.
Yeah, and then that sets Koda doing his flashback.
Oh boy!
Back to 8 years ago. And
I love. Well, no, wait. Does he?
Yeah.
This is the bit where Lucy then like flies out, like she jumps, smashes the ground, and jumps up using her hands.
No.
Is that?
No, that's after the flashback. So he has the flashback and goes, "Oh shit, I remember now," and it's basically going back, and it's his perspective of the festival rather than Lucy's perspective of the festival.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Whoa, I think that girl's here somewhere." And then everyone's running away from the bomb scare / Lucy.
The bomb scare in quotes.
And looking for his sister. It's like, oh, there you are. And it's like, okay, cool, we got to go. And they'll go up, and it's like, yeah.
Yep.
Into the train. And then sister's like, that horn girl killed all these people. And it's like, shut up, that's not going to happen, blah blah blah. And then you can actually see her sitting in the other carriage, and the sister walks up.
Does it not do it? Cuts away at this point though, because it doesn't show you that bit immediately. It cuts back because we need to see all of Kota's years of therapy being undone. So I think it does. It does the bit where the flashback, and we see it in the train, but we find out that Lucy was on the train with them.
Yeah.
And then it cuts back, and then Lucy dispatches an entire military unit in like record time by like just chopping them to pieces.
Yeah, she's going.
I do
full throttle.
There's a bit. Oh yeah, like she uses her vectors to smash the ground and jump into the air, and I found it really funny because one of the guys goes, oh, "She could fly." Seconds before he was decapitated.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not really flying. She just jump.
No,
jump.
just hit.
Press.
Doing like a Hulk smash.
Yeah.
It is very funny though because like they're all just like being torn apart, like nothing's happening, and Kota's just going. "Ah!"
I'm having a metal
Like,
breakdown.
yeah, it's like you can see it's like yeah, there's like a lot of years of therapy have just kind of been completely undone. And he's
Yeah.
like, oh no, it's you. Oh no. And you're like, oh God. Oh God.
Yeah, I'm sure it was like the whole flashback.
I
Ah,
think no, I'm sure it cuts. I'm sure it cuts
possibly.
between because then we 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 do see that in this episode, don't we? It's not like split into the two.
Well, the
The final
flashback,
scene on the train.
the
Yeah.
final scene of the train is in this episode, so it's like that. And
Holy
then
shit. That is so yeah, it does basically cut to cut back to the train.
yeah,
And
I'm sure it does.
what's her name? The little sister.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
See,
hey, because he's like, oh, hey, you're here, you made it, and she's like, nope, fuck no, and pushes her away. It's like, no, don't listen to her, she'll hurt you. And
yeah,
we find out why he was so upset about his last words to his sister. His last words were a smack across the chops, followed by the phrase, I'll hate you forever.
yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the last verse of the sister. You're right.
Oh my god.
It's like,
And she's like, no, don't say that.
yeah, and then she just kind of dies.
Just, she just falls in half. It's so savage.
Yeah,
It is so unbelievably savage.
but the father's even better. I thought.
It is even better because he stands up. He's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And then he just turns into a blood fountain.
Yeah, his head just gets decapitated, Boop. And he just pops off, and it's like he didn't even, he didn't even like see like what's going on, Kouta? Like I'm covered in my
Yeah,
sister's blood.
yeah. He literally didn't even get a chance to understand what had just happened,
Yeah, yeah,
which is maybe for the better.
yeah.
Uh,
And then
but oh, it's so rough. It's so rough. I had forgotten quite how savage that scene is.
that's pretty bad. And
It's
then
it's real good.
was so she basically said, he basically goes, "Oh no, I thought you were my friend." And it was like, yeah, I am. That's why I didn't kill you." It's like
That's why you're still here.
that's insane. But
Yeah.
and then he basically spears her to the ground because she's like, I
He
have to
does.
go and kill the other girl now, your cousin. It's like,
Yeah.
no, you can't be doing
He's
that.
like, nope.
Yeah,
Fuck
and then
you. Fuck you.
then he starts beating her head off the train.
Yeah, he does just keep kind of smacking her to the ground. Nope,
Yeah.
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't
He's,
do it.
you seen that meme? It's going around. There was like also some guy in a car pissed off like this other guy, and he's just like
Uh-huh.
repeatedly punching the driver's window.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, 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 and then people
Yeah.
have made it into the sea shanty song.
Dance remake. It's so good.
It just right. It just kind of reminded me of
It
that.
is a bit like that, you're right.
It's very rhythmic.
I know what you meant. Reminiscent.
No, rhythmic.
Rhythmic.
Rhythmic. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Words?
I get you now. Word.
Yeah. I think so. Word.
There was it's one of those things where every bit in this episode was just like, oh, that'd be a stupid TikTok meme. That'd be a stupid TikTok meme. That'd be a stupid TikTok meme. It's like when the dad stands up and goes, "What's going on?" All in my head. It's like when his head bursts open was just that really annoying snoring noise, the oh noise that's in every meme right now. I was just like, yep, that'd be great. Let's just cut the audio, and when his head pops, just have that noise play.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Oh. It was
So
like,
broken.
yeah. Though I don't know if we get anywhere too violent. You would have to, like, change the colour
Ugh.
or something to, like,
Ugh.
black and white, like the old days in Japanese samurai movies where they got all that shed load of blood and it's black and white. It's not blood now.
Not violent. Can't be violent.
Yeah,
It's black and white.
it's black and white. Can't be violent in black and white films.
So yeah, he's his family's dead. Um and he has been told that the only reason is that he's alive is because they're friends.
Yeah. uh, so then I think this is cuts back to the bridge and basically
Does yeah.
she's killed all the Marines and then Banjo Kazooie pops up and goes, "Aha!
Yep.
There you are. I didn't need to go far after all," type thing.
Nope.
And then he starts shooting at her and it's like, "All right, Koji, you run away."
Get out of here.
I can't get his name right.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna roll with it for now on. If there's a name, just for reference for everyone listening, if there's a name and it begins with a K and it's not one you've heard before, it's probably Kouta.
I think so. We're only getting to the end of the series.
I think what we need is like flashcards. It's like, this guy, yeah, that guy.
That guy, yeah, Kouta. I could maybe do something like that in the wee corner of your screen, Kouta.
Yeah,
But that's a lot of work.
yeah. Well, Banjo, I don't think does a great job.
No, he kind of appears and it's just like, "Yo, all right, Kouta, you got to run." And then she does this is where I remember she did the Hulk smash twice.
Yeah, she does a Hulk smash again.
And she's like, "Where are you running to? Come back! Quit running!" And then that's the end of the episode, as far as I remember.
Yeah.
I think maybe
Yeah,
it cuts back to Yuki and Mayu in the house.
it does because they're concerned about the fact that they're still not back,
Yeah, and also
and they get into the deep and meaningful.
Yuki, I think, mentions that Koda's family was murdered 8 years ago.
Oh yeah,
I said, "Oh, I didn't realize that." Because they were like, "Oh, that's why he's so friendly to us, because he represents that." And then Yuka is also stating that she's kind of annoyed at herself, being super jealous over it all.
yeah.
But that might be next episode.
I think it's. I think there's like two different conversations. I think there's like they're kind of talking about being in love with him.
Yeah.
And I think in the next one they talk about, oh, by the way, his family were murdered. Oh, okay. But yeah, it's not like it's a huge deal. Like it just seems like a breakup of the what's actually happening in the last episode, which is equally mental.
Yeah. It's pretty insane.
So yeah,
This episode is basically a big fight between all the what you call
the Diclonius.
Diclonius, that's the name. I was going to say Zephyrs, but they're not Zephyrs, they've got vectors. And Zephyrs is something else.
I think this is a pretty good episode.
It's good. It's getting to the point. It's moving the plot along. It's getting to its point. It's coming to the finalization. Koda remembers why he's so fucked up. And remembers that Lucy is the girl that he met years ago, and that's who Mew is. Putting closure to that storyline to a degree, and bringing in a new concept of what is he going to do, because there was flashbacks of him on the bus and her asking him to promise him, "If I kill more, you got to kill me."
Yeah.
And yeah, stuff like that.
He's bad at keeping promises.
He certainly seems that way. I mean, I'll let him off as a kid because he's got post-traumatic stress from like watching his family just die in fountains of blood in front of him.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll let him slide with that promise, But now he remembers. What is he going to do in the
He
next
does.
episode? What is he going to do? I know.
Nothing. Uh,
I'm not going to say. Spoilers.
how do you rate this one then?
Yeah, it held my interest for a bit longer than most of them. 7 to an 8, I say.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think this is my favorite one since the first episode.
Well, it was certainly the most brutal one of all of them.
Yeah. Oh, that or like the episode where those school children just turn to dust as well is pretty wild. Yeah. I think this one's a 9 for me. It is just kind of like non-stop insanity. And it kind of, yeah, I think the action sequences are really well done. The brutality is just very well realized, I think, through the animation as well. Yeah, it's that train scene is absolutely harrowing.
I mean, they were the only ones on the train too.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
four of
just
them.
probably just as well.
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't have been many doing it.
Yeah. So that's that.
Well, it's time to talk about the last episode then, called No Return.
No return. Yes. Certainly there's no return this episode.
Oh no. So does this one start off with Lucy stood on top of Bando kicking the shit out of him?
Yeah, that and also the director's caught with Nana.
Oh, that's right. He's because she'd fallen in the water and he's picked her up because he dropped off Bando at the side to head up to the bridge and he found Nana in the water. That's right.
Yeah. There was a wee boat scene in the last episode that just kind of flashed, and I'm sure it had people on it.
It's just Bando and the director in a boat going.
Yeah,
and then that's it. That's all you get.
Focus on it, yeah, and then they disappear.
It's
at the
very
end.
weird. Yep.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Yeah. So so he rescues Nana. Director rescues Nana, and goes, "Why you got the gun?" "Oh, because I got to do something. I got to kill my daughter." "Why are you going to kill your daughter?"
Dun, dun, dun.
Should have done it. I got some unfinished business.
Yep.
And then it cuts to Banjo Kazooie on and Lucy standing over him, just like the second episode.
Yeah, just beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, he's like, "You think I need guns to kill you? I could kill you with bare hands." And Lucy's like, "No, you ain't knowing do shit." He just walks away and leaves them.
She just keeps like she stood over him, a leg on each arm, and just occasionally lifts up a leg to kick him with it.
Yeah, she's
That's the last we see of Bando, isn't it?
Yeah,
That was it.
that's it. He was a bit more bloody. He's got a red eye.
He did have a red eye, yeah.
Yeah, that was it. And then I think it cuts back to the director and Nana because they go looking for his actual daughter, who's in like this building, held up in the building. It's like, oh, she's in there.
Yeah.
I can tell that she's there. And then in there, they got the doctors looking after her.
Yeah, because she still doesn't have her vectors back yet.
Yeah, it's like, I don't have my vectors back. Okay, that's cool. But then she goes, oh shit. So she's left alone, and the guy's just outside going, okay, keep an eye on her. And then Nana goes, alright, she's up there. Oh shit, I feel Lucy's coming. And then she goes, oh, and even the daughter goes, alright, she's coming. And then this guy just bursts through the door in bits. And she goes, I got my vectors back, by the way, and Lucy's coming. And the fence was like, what the fuck?
smashes through the door and goes up to the ceiling and just gets like twisted like a pretzel. Just falls to bits. And she's like, yeah, back to normal.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the roof. I'll meet Lucy
Yeah,
there.
okay. Please don't kill me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll do anything you want. That's the guy that's in control of her bomb, right?
Yeah, he's got the phone. And he wasn't the guy
That's
who
right.
died. The doctor.
No. The doctor's still good, and he's got the phone that has the bomb.
Yeah.
And then Lucy and Nana and Mariko engage in a fight on the rooftop.
No,
Isn't it? Is it Lucy first?
it's Lucy. Yeah, it's just Lucy.
Yeah. Lucy gets the absolute ever loving crap kicked out of her to the point where I think one of her horns gets broken off.
Yeah, she loses one of her horns here, and Mariko basically goes, hear the feared Lucy. And then director Nana appears
That's right.
and he goes, Mariko, stop that! And she goes, who are you? I'm your father. Or
Someone the doctor shouts, Kurama, what you doing? And she's like, oh, Kurama, are you my father? He's
Yeah.
like, yes, and I'm here. And she's like, oh, I always hoped you'd be here, and then we could be a family again. And he's like, oh, that's sweet. Anyway, here's a gun.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, in the 4 years I've been locked up, I've always dreamt that you would come and open the doors and say, come on, let's go. And she's
Yep.
with mum, and we'll meet mum and that. But now you're pointing a gun at me. What the fuck, Dad? What the fuck? Why do you keep me alive for me to suffer so much?
It's quite a good scene actually. Like it's really like, yeah, you're right. And I think he eventually, like, because Mariko starts attacking Nana, which like she's like smashes her into the fence and is choking her out, and she's like, hey, father, would you be sad if she died? And he doesn't answer, and she's like, well, I'll kill her and then we can find out.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
Like,
because Nana goes, Papa, to him.
oh, that's right, yeah.
It's like,
And she's
Papa,
like,
how
dare you?
Yeah, pretty much. Aye, he does that, and then I think he just drops the gun and kind of hugs the daughter.
He does. He drops the gun and walks over to her, and I think he kind of spoke to her a bit about, like, you know, he had no right to have kept her alive in the first place after what he'd asked others to sacrifice for,
Yeah,
and that he's basically sorry that he's left her to suffer this entire time in this existence, that, you know, it's not normal.
yeah,
It's quite a good scene, and then he shouts at the guy, because the guy is like about to push the bomb button, and he's like, no, hang on,
yeah.
just
Well,
I'll deal with this.
I think it says, you know what to do, type, and then he kind of walks away with her in his arms because she's
He just picks her up.
paralytic, hasn't been able to move for like.
Oh, she does walk over to him.
Yeah, well, this is like the first step she's ever
The first
taken.
time she's really tried to. It's pretty crazy, and he picks her up, and he walks her over to just walks her away, basically, down into the bridge. And yeah, he says to that guy, he's like, yeah, just, you know what to do. And he's like, is this what you were planning all along? And he's like,
Yeah,
maybe not, but it seems like it's the way it's going now.
yeah. So he's down. Yeah, he gets to the bridge. Like you can see it. Lana's kind of watching it from above on top of this building. It's on top of a cliff.
Yep.
And that's quite some distance he walks.
In 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I do like because it kind of cuts to that, and his words are, what was it? Your mother loved you up until her last breath. And that's kind of it. And they have a kind of tender moment, and then we hear the beep,
Yeah.
because the guy turns to Nana and goes, "Don't judge me for this, or don't hate me for this."
Yeah.
You're like, "Oh, yeah, like okay." You're like, "Okay, yeah, I get it. You're having to do a thing you're not proud of," and then yeah, like, boom,
Yeah.
huge explosion, and now Mariko and the director are no more.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Uh, and then there's I think the talk goes back to the house and has a wee talk with Yuko and Mayu, Yuki and Mayu. Uh,
Well, no, there is a bit before that though, because it cuts cuts back to that guy who had literally seconds before said, "Don't hate me for this," and then went, "Well, there's only one of you left now." He's holding a gun up to Nana's head. You're like, hang on a minute. You were just like, "Oh, don't hate me for this," and it's like, "Well, because I'm going to shoot you in a minute."
yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. He does actually say that. I thought it was the director saying that as he walks by, but no,
No,
it is the
it's
guy
totally
with the
him.
phone. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
And then his head just
yeah.
pops off. As people seem to be prone to in this show, their heads just go
It's
like a bottle of champagne.
catching disease. It's like the knife trick with the champagne that you cut the
As,
cork.
sabering?
I
Yeah,
think
sabering, where you go,
and then
yeah.
the bottle explodes in your hand.
I use the phrase blood fountain. Do you ever remember a cartoon called Drawn Together?
Drawn together. Is
It,
that
it was
the?
it was like it was Big Brother with cartoon characters,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. You had like the fake, the weird Superman guy. You had
Yeah.
like the colored gangster type lady.
Oh,
Uh,
it was Foxy Love,
oh, Foxy
Foxy
Love.
Brown.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So she was like the
She was
kind of weird furry person.
yeah, she was like a fox. And then, but the reason I mention it is because they did like a kind of Scooby Doo thing in it where Captain Hero was like, and this person was really just this person, and pulled off their mask. And then he pulls this person over and goes, and this person was just a blood fountain, and then rips their head off, and it goes,
Oh man, that sounds. Uh,
that is absolutely a cartoon that could not exist in modern day.
yeah. The Naughties was had some cartoons that just don't would not exist now.
That's a rough one.
90s
Uh,
was getting there, but the 90s took it a notch up, and then
oh yeah, and
today's
then now
society
now we can't have those.
today's society would 100% have them all cancelled.
Oh, I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, so that's my reference for Blood Fountain. But yeah, he dies, and then Lucy and Nana end up in a conversation where Lucy's like, "Hey, you need to go and be be what I can't be, which is someone with a normal life."
Yeah, be this person up here, live in the house with Coda,
Yep.
be the family that I can't have.
When do we cut back to the facility where that woman is hiding Kota's picture? Like she
Um,
finds it in a binder and goes like, "Oh," hides it in her pocket.
like, yeah,
Is that this bit?
no, I think that was last episode.
Oh man, it's so dumb because like
Well,
it's the big bad guy. The big bad guy's like at his desk on the phone being really angry.
mhm.
No, it's this one because it's the guy. It's that doctor phoning to tell. It must be before this bit because it's the doctor phoning to tell her that Mariko's
Oh,
it's
yeah,
Mariko's lost her. It's him on the phone at that bit when she's in the bed.
yeah,
That's what
yeah.
it is.
Just for
Because he's
Lucy to be
phoning.
able
He's like, "Oh,
to.
our vector, yeah, our vectors are gone," and he's like, "Oh, fucking, oh, God, fix it, make
Yeah,
it work." And she's like, hey, I'd like to take a bath at some point. And then he's like, he goes, ho, 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 and takes off his wig. And he's a Diclonius. He's like, make yourself at home. I have plans for you. And that's the last we see either of them.
yeah, yeah. That was a weird fucking thing. And she's like, yeah, she's right. She's basically got the folder, and it has like has his like this is the kid, and then he's on
Yeah.
the phone, like you said, and she's basically going, "This man's a fucking psychopath. I already know this. I ain't giving this kid. I can't be doing
Nope,
that. Ain't
can't do
doing that.
that.
I can't have a bath, please." And he's like, "Nope."
No, he goes, yeah, sure, make yourself at home. I have plans for you. You'll be here a long time.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
An absolute nut job.
yeah.
We never find out what happens there.
That
But
was
yeah,
the end of it. Yeah,
yeah, Lucy then tells Nana to like, hey, go, be free, go back to the house. And then I think we get the cut back to the murder talk. Do you know that his family was murdered?
yeah,
What?
yeah. Well, I think that was last episode because it kind of ties in with
Maybe it
the
was last
flashback.
episode.
But this one, I think, they get to the point where I'm actually, why does he care about so much about you guys? Oh, I think it's because of this, and
Yeah,
therefore he's trying to protect you from what he had subconsciously. And I'm jealous. I love him, type thing. And she's like, all right. And then there's a touchy moment when he's on top of the stairs, looking over the bay, like he was in the first episode, I think, when he first met Yuki.
yeah,
But Lucy
yeah.
appears
That's right.
and basically says, and she's still Lucy, and says, "I'm sorry. I've kind of came here and I wanted to apologize because the time I had with you was the best time in my sorry existence, type
And
thing."
then I murdered your family.
And I murdered your family, and I'm like, hopefully, sorry about that, type
There's
thing.
something so incredibly broken about this because she's sincerely apologizing, knowing that the natural reaction to this is there can be no apology. This apology is purely for you to say you regret. There should be no acceptance. There should be no nothing, uh, and you should go. But you should say your piece, and that's important. And instead, he's like, "No, don't go. I can never forgive you for killing my sister and my father, but I love you." You're like,
Uh, sort of,
is
yeah. He
that
says it.
is that? It's not good.
I mean, he also states that he says he can't go because he couldn't have any more murders on his hands.
Oh, like to be clear, initially, yes, you're right. He's like, I can't let anyone else die, but also I love you.
Yeah,
Like,
in his weird way.
that's not healthy. That's really unhealthy. Uh,
Is it
so unhealthy.
a Stockholm syndrome type thing?
I, man, I don't even know if there's a medical condition for this one. Like, that maybe it's almost like, oh god, I was about to say something like Munchausen's, but I guess not. That's more. No, God, you're right. It's very sick. It's not good. Very unhealthy. He absolutely should not be anywhere near her. I like it. He's like, but just to clarify, I can never forgive you.
Yeah,
But I also love you. You're like, uh
yeah.
huh. Okay, I guess. And then they kiss, of course,
Mhm.
because that's important that
They
that
have a
happen.
a moment of hugging and then kissing. Yeah,
Yep.
and then she walks
And
away.
then, yep, she walks away into the line of fire.
Yeah, into the tanks and stuff.
Yeah. And we see them counting down, ready to attack. And it cuts away with Nana walking up the stairs towards it. It seems, I think, was the.
No, I think she's walking to the house.
Is she walking to the house? Oh, you're right. Sorry, that's the staircase to the house, not the staircase to the bridge.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, and then yeah, we see Lucy's other horn being removed from gunfire by gunfire.
yeah, she's
Uh,
and tanks like the whole Armada is
oh
doing
yeah,
it.
oh
Uh,
yeah.
and Armada is probably a bad word because I'm pretty sure that's a naval term. Anyway, and she's just loses her horn and that's kind of it. And then it flashes forward
Yep.
to a happy family.
To to a happy family in the restaurant house.
Yeah.
Um,
Yuki, Koda, Nana, and Mayu.
yep.
And Nana's is able to cook now. And
She,
Mayu's was like,
she,
oh, you're doing good. It's like, oh yeah,
yep.
grilling sausage is easy. Yeah, well,
Yep.
last thing you burnt them. Shut up.
You're like, yep. She's not destroying the kitchen. This is a massive improvement.
Yeah. And then Yuki sets out one too many plates, which Koda goes, oh yeah, you set an extra bowl out. Oh yeah, that's cool. I just wanted to remind her by her.
Thought it would be nice.
Yeah. And then they had soda noodles because I think that was the whole thing. We'll be back and we'll have soda noodles.
Yep.
And it's like, oh wow,
Yep.
these are pretty good.
And then they're eating, enjoying their food.
Mhm.
When all of a sudden there's a bell at the door.
And the dog barks.
Yep, Wanta's going nuts because someone's at the door.
Yeah, someone's at the
And
door.
Kouta gets up to check.
Uh-huh.
And he, as he steps out the front door,
Mhm.
he sees a figure, an outline, and then he's distracted because all of a sudden the grandfather clock that had never worked before strikes.
Yep.
He's like, oh, it's working.
Yeah. Time travel, man. um,
Please
yeah.
no.
Well,
No more layers.
there's no more layers yet.
Yeah.
That's kind of this is where it ends, really.
Yeah. It's a fair ending.
Yeah. We have I think last episode in the flashback we had a talk about the music box.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's such
Playing
a
Lilium.
sad song, and it's like, why don't you get happier ones? No, I like this, and then
Yep.
Lucy goes, I like that too.
I must admit I very much like the theme for the intro for the show and how it's used throughout the show as well. I think is done quite well.
Yeah, was and then going back to the scene on the stairs with Lucy and that it's Coda's or on the bridge. There's a bit where he goes, "You're that girl from 8 years ago, aren't you? You and Lucy and me are the same person." I mean,
That's the bit on the bridge.
yeah, it's the same person. I mean, why do you think everyone was like, "That's Lucy"? And it's like, no, that's me. No, that's Lucy. No, this is me.
Yeah. Why are you struggling with this so much, considering the level of confusion that there appears to have been throughout this entire show?
Yeah.
You're like, I get that couldn't possibly be a thing. It's like, are you sure? Because everyone else thinks that that's a thing.
Yeah,
Get on board.
yeah. Oh, it's crazy. But yeah, that's the end of the episode. We done it.
How do you rate it, Colin?
The end one? Yeah, it's probably about the same as the last one, really. Had
I don't think it's as good as the previous one.
yeah,
But I do think it's still one of the stronger episodes in the show. It's definitely an 8 for me, at least.
yeah. It's around about an 8. It's got the ending. It closes some of the gaps, raised some 70s ending movie tropes. You know, like Italian Job where they're balancing the bus on the end of the cliff, and you don't know if they got the gold or not. Or was it the big bus where it was bouncing on the edge of the cliff and they don't know if they got off the nuclear bomb that was on because that was an atomic bus. It just ends.
Well, it's yeah. I think I think this is a show of many issues. There's some stuff I could do without in this show. That being said, I think that when you look at sort of the deeper emotional conversations and resonance between the characters and the action and some of the script at those parts tends to be very good. It actually feels like really quite meaningful and impactful. So I kind of get why. Because the thing is like I've watched this a couple of times. Now, like I was saying at the start of this, I kind of always parse out the stuff I don't like and
Yeah.
remember the bits where I'm like, wow, that was nuts. And I think I almost feel like a lot of people who, because this is quite a well revered show. Like a lot of people really like this. It's one of the, when you talk about like sci-fi or horror or like that kind of anime, this is always the one. Oh, it's like, oh, we should watch this. It's really good.
Yeah.
And it's not it. I think it's more good than bad.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of stuff in there where it's like, I didn't need that. I didn't need any of that.
I mean, I would compare it towards School Days. Just because
You're probably not wrong actually. Like because I think like School Days, as much as it basically School Days is essentially all it is to people is that ending. That's all that is. Like that's all that show is. That
the game.
Yeah, and the game. Yeah. But for me, like I actually thought School Days was quite good. I think the character is fundamentally unlikable, but it's done in a way that it's not like he's badly written. He's just an arsehole. Like but I think there's parts of that I could have done without as well. You're right. Like it's I think there's a mostly good thing here with some stuff that I don't really appreciate as much.
Yeah.
But I think like it's still I guess what I'm saying is I understand why people would always have it as like in their high list of like you should watch this one. This is one of these ones that you'll remember. You definitely will remember.
There's definitely aspects of it you remember, like the first episode and maybe the last two.
To be honest, that's sort of like where I remembered things. Was like I occasionally remembered bits and pieces about when they were at the flashback episodes and things like that. But the bit where she like flips out and kills the kids in the school is insane. Like, and I don't know how I forgot that because I watched that as if I had never seen it before. It was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I've certainly watched it, and there's certain bits I forget about it. I remember. I remember the train scene.
Yes.
And I remember the first episode.
The first episode is absolutely brutal.
Yeah. And I remember feeling maybe the anime was cut short in the last episode. And I was never too sure if it's the fact that Lucy was there or she got taken away.
I've never read it. That's the other thing is I'd quite like to spend the time to read it now, because I'd like to, much in the same way as a lot of animes I was watching at the time, they were racing against the manga releases. And like for example, like the reason I stopped watching Naruto is because they got so fast at delivering the anime. They were like, oh, we've run out of source material. It's like, oh fuck, just make some shit up.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh god, this is really bad. And it was the same, like not to the same degree, but like the reason that there's Hellsing and Ultimate Hellsing is because they started doing that anime based on the manga that hadn't finished yet, and they were like, we'll just do our own thing. We're not going to wait. And I don't hate what they did, but I also understand why they then went back and did, the more real, like following the manga thing.
Yeah.
So I'd be curious to see how, like, because I imagine characters like Bando would be far more fleshed out. I would have hoped in a manga, and like similarly, I think the relationships between the characters would have more substance. Like Shirakawa would have more than just being like the right hand person to Kuruma. There's things where you're like, oh, there must have been more here, and they just didn't have time.
Yeah.
To me, it's almost like the things that they were like, what do we like? What are the absolute pillars of this that we need to get across? And it's like, oh well, it's got to be a wee bit weird and fan servicey at times because but the other part of it is it has to be shockingly violent, and the times when it is violent, it needs to be impactful, like really impactful. And
Yeah.
I always felt that, like, because the scenes in it, like, violence for violence sakes is just a thing, and like, yes, it was like very much overkill in every scenario, but every time the characters engaged in a fight like that, it was never like a case of, oh, I wonder who's going to win. For the most part, it was just like, oh, like, this person's going to die real bad. I
Yeah.
just need to find out how they're going to die, and like that kind of tone ran the entire way through it. But what I would like to do with you, Colin, is I'm gonna run this past you. We're gonna run the gauntlet,
Uh-oh.
right?
That's not good.
Is this better than Golden Boy?
It's better than Golden Boy. It's different from Golden Boy. Golden Boy was a comedy.
Well, yeah, I'm not asking like comparatively in terms of like the source material, but I mean like in terms of entertainment, enjoyability.
Mm.
This doesn't bode well for the others.
Dollars. You're gonna ask me every single one.
We're gonna go through them.
Gonna go through them, eh?
Yep.
I don't know. I enjoy Golden Boy because I like stupid shit, and Golden Boy was stupid shit. This is
It, it,
stupid shit
it re-
in the sense of like, they just got like these invisible hands. They can chop people up without any hesitation, and that's kind of cool. And
so
I
is it? It's not better than Golden Boy.
I think it's on the same level for me.
What about Ghost Stories?
Ghost Stories is different as well, just because it's got some quality one-liners or one like scenes in it of like, it's not because you're a rabbit scene.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Horrendous.
No, I tell you what. I'll tell you where I am with it. Right.
Uh huh.
I think it's better than Golden Boy. I
Yeah.
think it's better than Ghost Stories.
Uh huh.
I don't think it's as good as Harry. I
Yeah.
don't think it's as good as Lane.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as good as Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's obvious.
I
Yeah.
th- I think it's probably at most on par with School Days. I think you're right. Like I think
Yeah.
that's the level it exists on. I don't think it's as good as Steins Gate. I don't think it's as good as Chainsaw Man, and I don't think it's as good as Trigun.
They
Did I
tried.
enjoy it more than Angelic Layer? Yes. Like I just don't.
Oh. See,
Angelic Layer was a struggle for me.
I figured that. I don't know. Like I say, I enjoy Charlotte Layer though, and it's
It was fine. It was fine. It was fine in sort of the way that I would also watch like Yu-Gi-Oh or Bakugan or
yeah.
Monster Rancher.
Charlotte Layer, I like mainly. I don't know. Like I say, it's like the fight scenes towards the end kind of got
Yeah,
good.
they do get really good, particularly once they bring in the sort of scenario layers and not just the plain zone. Like it's
Yeah.
way better. Like it becomes more interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was then thinking, what is my favorite show that we've done so far?
All right. I have
And it's tough.
some unfair advantages of watching ones beforehand.
Yeah, I mean that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Uh, I am of the opinion, I think, I'm tied at the top.
Uh-huh.
It's tough.
Still hesitating. Is this just on the
Yeah,
spot? Have you been thinking about it since you thought of the question?
I've been thinking about it a lot because I think like historically, like I love Lane. I think it's a fantastic thing. I think it's very prescient.
Yeah.
It's over 20 years old and yet feels so relevant now.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's incredible. Um, it's weird, it's sinister, it's insane. It's just really good.
Yeah.
What I will say was the biggest surprise to me was Haruhi, which I was not sure how I was going to enjoy, but the movie just completely sealed it for me as like just a proper magical thing that is just
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Um, and then probably Steins Gate more than Zero, but I appreciate the interwoven story.
Yeah.
But I will say I think Trigun is definitely eking its way into like that might be better than all of those in a way that I really liked. I loved Trigun.
It's got the
I
violence.
like I no, that's the thing is for me it was the characters. Like I
Yeah.
think they've just done such a good job of defining Vash and defining knives,
Yeah.
and it,
Yeah.
it, the stakes were good. The vocal performances were absolutely incredible. Like as far as like dubbings go, it's absolutely unreal. It was so good.
Mhm.
And it's interesting because like I feel bad because I really enjoyed Cowboy Bebop, but the one thing about it that for me is it's not my traditional setting.
Oh, like not on
So like
Earth.
the no, it's like the mixture is funny. So like I would and like I'm prepared to get like please don't at me, but like my comparison for Cowboy Bebop is
Mhm.
essentially it's a little bit like Firefly is.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that.
So like and by that I mean there's sort of a mixture of tones, and I think that's really interesting. Like
Yeah.
because I love where you can smash contemporary things together, like can make them very different. I think
Mhm.
it has incredible ideas, again, great vocal performances, fantastic action sequences, but tonally it doesn't always add up for me. Like it's either not sci-fi enough in some ways and too much in others, and
Okay.
not focusing on it's really difficult to explain. Maybe we should do like a I think maybe one of the things we should do actually at some point is revisit and talk about all of the different seasons we've done as a special, because I think it would be an interesting conversation in hindsight now that
Yeah.
I'm basically trying to watch more and more and more stuff. Like I was messaging you the other day saying it's like I'm trying to watch isekai because I don't actually watch any isekai shows and I keep making fun of other names. So
Yeah. What was it? Fell in love with the villainess. Is the one
it's
you're watching.
actually really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's real dumb and good fun though. Like because the lead character, she's a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Uh. So kind of going what you were saying about the shows and that. So where do they put Elfen Lied?
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, School Days is probably where we put it, but I don't know if that's just because it's on a similar vein and how kind of depressionally awful it is.
well no, I think you were actually onto something because I think it has it, despite being twice the number of episodes.
Hmm.
Uh, is it twice the number of episodes? Maybe it's not
No, I
actually.
think it's about
Maybe
the
it's the
same
same number
amount.
of episodes.
Yeah, because it's
Shit.
like uh, a School Days when you're doing
Yeah,
like
four blocks of
four,
three.
four blocks of three of like of how
Yeah.
he changed.
So I actually think you kind of nailed it. Was it has the same consistency of ups and downs. Like it has a lot of the stuff where you're just like, ugh, I don't need
Yeah.
this. And yet there are genuine moments of like real harrowing tension
Mhm.
and kind of good performances and genuine shock.
Yeah.
So I like school days probably gets a lot of hate because it feels sort of like this horrible kind of like weird wish fulfillment fantasy crap of this guy who just like has his way with all the women, and then this weird other part of it where like she goes, no, I'm gonna fix that, and
Yeah.
like I kind of get it. It's very sort of edgy and sort of you know, in that way. But at the same time, like I do think it's genuinely good. I don't think it's bad by any stretch of the imagination. I think that's would be unfair.
Yeah.
Like it's well animated. The script, whether I like the characters all the time, is not the case, but it's good. Like it's not
Yeah.
badly written.
No.
And it's sort of like I think we talked about it many times. You're just like, this is just behavior of school children. Like you kind of like you're angry at the kind of weird self-centered narcissism that these teens have, and you're just like, oh god, like I cannot believe that people act like this. And you're like, but remember when you acted a little bit like this when you fuck, I can't it really annoys me. But yeah, you're right, I remember being that self-centered.
It was thing about so school days is that, and it was just basically a series where it's like bad. This just means like, man, this is like, depressingly bad. It's not like it was done badly, but it's done in a good way
It's a lot.
of showing of like appalling behavior, essentially.
Yeah,
It's
you're right, it is that. It's sort of uh sort of embellishing like negative behaviors and stereotypes. You're like, I hate this.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate it because it's familiar, and I kind of feel like it's like, no, I bet this is the shit that happened in school to a degree.
Well,
not the ultimatum here, but
not an ultimatum.
But it's insane.
And Yandere type affair. And that's kind of what happened in Elfen Lied with Yuki. She could have came the Yandere person and started killing everyone. Like you had Lucy doing it anyway.
Yeah,
but that was another sub.
If I was to try and like, as a sort of last thought on Elfen Lied, the way the anime is portrayed, I think personally, to deliver the content that they delivered, would have been better as a movie.
Yeah,
I think they could have significantly edited down the experience, because I think the bits that you're missing if you wanted to do a series like that, for me, is relationships and characterizations, and there's not a lot of time spent on that out with the stuff that needed to be said. So if you wanted to do that, you probably could have done that in a movie that didn't need to be a 13-part series.
Yeah, I suppose that's all about budget and if they got the money in that.
Totally.
Also got a series. Yeah. So you're on about, and then you're on about the other shows, like your top rated ones. I don't know. Steins Gate is always good for me. Cowboy Bebop, I get what you're saying about comparing it to Firefly, yeah, I can see that. And you know what? I came to Firefly late, and everyone was like, "Oh, Firefly, the best fucking shit ever," and I'm like, "It's an alright sci-fi show."
It's by no means bad. Like, no. It's really entertaining, and like I love the characters in it. I think for me, like, I also liked the movie Serenity.
Yeah.
And for me, that was enough. That was enough. Like, I was like, this was perfect for me. I didn't need any more.
Yeah.
And yet there's this fervent hunger for like, why can't we have another season? You've ruined it. It's like, no, I think like part of the reason that it is the way it is that it is this perfect memory of something that was just very contemporaneously good. Cancelled before its time, and that's a shame.
Yeah.
That's but also not my normal thing.
Yeah. That's the thing I find in modern culture. A lot of like, we need more, and it's like rebooting this, and we're going to do it this way. Because what's the latest thing they're rebooting now? There's something I should really get
Uh,
rebooted. Oh well, Fraser's came out. The new
yep,
Fraser.
I've just watched those.
Are they? Tell me, it's like the trailer, the Swiss trailer I saw where he's turned gangster.
Is it so? No.
Damn
Uh,
it!
what I will say is I watched the trailer for the new series and I was like, this looks awful.
Yeah,
Awful. And then I watched the first episode. I was like, actually, that was actually okay. Like,
yeah,
was it as good as the original show? Probably not. But um, did it hit a few of the marks that I didn't expect it to? Yeah, like it felt much better quality. And then the second episode was also quite strong. I really
yeah,
liked it. And I was like, that's really cool. I'll look forward to the third episode. And then I watched the third one and it wasn't quite as good.
yeah,
Um, a little bit more gimmicky for me than I needed and a little bit more. I get that you can't. It's this whole thing. I don't know if you watched the Eye Patch Wolf video about The Simpsons.
Oh, is it good
Uh,
now? I haven't seen that one yet.
yeah, it's really good. Like that is a fantastic video, and I think the like not to spoil anything, but there's a good concept of it is that how can it be the same? Like in order for it to be good, it can't just be the same because the thing that's got it into trouble is it trying to be the same, trying to live off of how it used to be.
Yeah,
And in actual fact, like some of the things that make it more interesting now are it takes the core tenets of what The Simpsons is, who the characters are,
uh-huh.
but it doesn't do it the way it used to do. It does it differently. And it's like, and that's, I think that's the thing that people are trying to get. It's like you have to accept that things have to change. It can't just be the same thing over and over and over, and you still keep the quality of it.
Yeah,
Like, and you can't have that with different people trying to do it. Like copying what people have done before. It's a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy,
yeah.
and it just doesn't work like that. I would absolutely encourage you to watch that video. It's fantastic. I couldn't sleep one night and put it on, and I was like, I'm sure I'll like watch this properly at some point. I was just glued to it for the whole time. So it's a
Yeah,
superb video.
yeah. It's does good commentary on the and thoughts on
Yeah,
videos and stuff like
I really like his stuff.
that.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Oh,
Elfen Lied is 4 volumes of manga,
4 volumes, eh?
4 omnibus volumes. So you know what? I'm probably going to pick those up at some point.
Put them on your shelf.
I'm gonna need more shelf.
Going to need more shelf. Going to need a
Yeah,
bigger
because
shelf.
I'm in the middle of collecting the Parasite Color Edition, Fire Punch,
Uh-huh.
uh, Ikigami, the Death Note Black editions, and the Full Metal Alchemist hardbound editions. Um, yeah, there's also like new Junji Ito stuff being released every other week. Uh,
Yeah.
so I have basically a whole shelf full of that. Oh, then there's like Chainsaw Man, Kirby, Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. Oh
Yeah,
god.
yeah,
There's a manga on that.
it's real dumb. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's real stupid, but it's cute.
I
I like it.
mean, yeah, not I can't think it not being dumb.
Yeah,
I mean the whole game's
uh,
pretty dumb.
oh, it's
Here,
so good
come
though.
live on this island and be in perpetual debt with me.
Oh yeah, a deal is a deal.
Good old
Um,
Tom Nook, man.
money launderer extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we should maybe talk about how we do that. We could do like a recap episode and kind of
Mhm.
maybe do like a tier ranking of where we think the shows are, and
Oof, a tier
maybe do a
ranking.
video for maybe do a video for YouTube, Colin. We could do an
What?
exclusive bit of YouTube content.
An exclusive YouTube content video.
Yeah,
Ooh, there's a thing. We do have a YouTube channel.
We do. Let's get straight to it then. I was going to say, just the other thing is, of course, we're at the end of the show, and we're coming up for our palate cleanser, but it's also going to be our Halloween special. I think originally I had laid out some ideas, and I think having spoken to Colin about it now, I'm less on board with doing the thing we decided that maybe we should do, and now going to change that out a bit. We're going to do
spooky skeletons living in the house.
What's it called?
Cumbernauld.
I need to.
The skeleton one. Hang on, I got it here.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll
tell me the name. Tell me the name.
Again it. It's coming. I'm being
cool.
Super.
I'm just gonna get into my Crunchyroll playlist. It's in my watch list. Hang on. Got it.
Skullface Booksellers Honda-san.
Yeah. The subtitle for the thing for that details as Honda-san is at war with business, without print books, and with the people who love manga. Who knew there were so many laughs to be found at the manga counter of a bookstore? These are the day-to-day happenings that take place at a certain bookstore where the love of manga is abundant.
Yes.
I'm very excited. There's like skeletons and pumpkins and stuff in this. It looks fantastic. It's got a real Harvey Birdman quality. Like if you look at the episode stills, you'll see exactly what I mean. There's like a real Harvey Birdman quality about them that I'm very excited about.
Oh, hopefully it'll be good. There you go. That's it. That's our mention of Harvey Birdman this episode.
Yeah, we did it. And as we mentioned, I think before, we'll be back after that bonus episode to do Paranoia Agent, which I think is going to be really exciting. Have not watched that in about 15 years, 16 years or something like that. So it'll be cool to see it again. I think when was it? I'm pretty sure I watched it when it came out, almost.
Yeah, early noughties. Mid-noughties.
2004. Yeah, I probably watched it like a couple of years after that. So
yeah, noughties. Naughty.
Yeah. So that leaves us to say we've made it to the end, and you've been listening to Who's That Anime, an anime podcast, which can be found where all good podcasts can be found. Our home is at anchor.fm/Who's That Anime. We don't make any money on this. There's no advertising or anything like that. But if you like what it is we do to support us, it'd be super cool if you could leave a review. If you can't leave a review, or you already have left a review, but you still want to support us in some way, then telling a friend to get them to listen would also be greatly appreciated. We have a Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Who's That Anime, where we post the latest episode releases and the occasional anime meme. We have a Discord channel. The link for that is in the show notes. We also have, as previously mentioned, a YouTube channel where Colin painstakingly puts together the video versions of these episodes. You can find that at youtube.com by searching for @Who's That Anime. Colin and I also occasionally like to play video games. Colin at twitch.tv/couchfuel and myself at twitch.tv/hailpayman. You can find archives for all of the things we've played and recorded for that by going to youtube.com as well and searching for @couchfuel or @hailpayman. And I think that is us.
That is that. Time for spooky skeletons. What?
Oh yeah,
It's a song, isn't it?
Spooky Scary Skeletons.
Yeah. Spooky scary skeletons coming down the street. Spooky scary skeletons.
It's like
what was in the house.
That's the.
They had the.
I can't even remember.
The
Can't
three.
remember how it goes now.
It said like.
Oh, Funny Bones in the dark house on the dark hill and the dark house. Do skeletons live? Yeah.
And there was
Funny
a short
Bones.
one.
Shark one.
Short one. Short.
Oh yeah. There was the tall one, the short one, and the dog one.
Yeah.
And that was that.
And that was that. That's what I think this one's going to be about. They're going to live in a dark house in a dark town The Dark Knight.
When they sell dark manga.
Dark manga.
Anyway, we will be back next week with more anime fun and games.
Yeah.
You wanna do it?
Oh yeah.
You can say it.
I can
It's
say
your
it.
line.
I
don't want to take it.
I'll say it. It's a good night for him.
That's the one. Surprise, surprise.
You missed it. We'll see you next week. Same hour time, same anime place. Same, different anime this time. Ooh.
It is.
With skeletons.
Change times.
Not just skeletons in closets, but actual skeletons.
The best kind.
Yeah. See you next week, guys. Ciao.
Catch you soon, folks. Bye.
Bye.